On this episode, we talked about podcasting, the BlizzCon Virtual Ticket items for WoW, the classic demo, we played some trivia, and more. Let's start the Gnome Train!
Welcome to FrazlCast, a podcast by a Blizzard fan gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. I promise you, they do talk about the World of Warcraft. They just go off the rails sometimes.
Hello, Internet. It is Frazley the Awesome Gnome. Each week, I am joined by awesome people from Azeroth and beyond. This is episode 74, Danish Saurfang. Let's use my customized ultra-safe transporter to head on over to meet up with this week's guests. Live from the Smug Harbor Inn. So I wonder who is here tonight that I can talk to. Oh, look, it's Lady Emma.
Hi.
Oh, yes. It is that time of the month again. Oh, and hey, Pauly. Good. I don't need to use the summoning stone to bring you here. Oh, I've got a miscellaneous topic to bring up for our podcast. So in my protein shakes, I buy hemp fiber on Amazon. And last night, I found out that while ordering more of this hemp fiber, that you can buy hot dogs at Amazon.
Cool.
And who aggroed that? Oh, hey, it's Shadowspyre.
Hey, all.
Wow, all of you are here tonight. It's great to see all of you. Hey, Epicinsanity, what time is it?
It's time to go around the table.
Great idea. So what have you been up to recently?
Hey, so I introduced my wife to World of Warcraft last night.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice. How long did that take you?
12 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Almost as long as the game.
Almost. She's still in the trial phase, so she's not sure she's going to go to a real account yet, but if she does, I'm getting that mount, whatever I get. Probably another horse.
Nice.
Cool.
The rocket run's really cool because then you can ride around together. I got that as my first refer a friend mount. I brought a friend to the game and then that friend left.
Mine was the Obsidian Nightwing because it's also a double mount and is a kitty cat.
Oh, cool.
Do they still do the love rocket from Valentine's Day?
Yes.
They do, but no one's seen it in years.
Yeah. On the beta. People on the beta got to use the love rocket because when you're on the beta, you get to use every mount in the game.
Oh, yeah.
So it does exist.
Yep.
In the data files. That's cool. What level are they at now?
She just hit level 6. She's almost level 7.
Oh, nice. What race and class?
She's a night elf hunter. She wanted to play a fairy. I almost suggested the blood elf.
Oh, nice. Though if you wanted an alliance elf, the void elf, they'd have to unlock that.
Yeah, it's not unlocked yet.
Okay. So yeah, have them play the night elf, and then later on they can play the pretty blue elves. I'm blue, da-da-dee, da-da-da-da-da-dee, da-da-da. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think she's having fun.
Anything else that you've been doing in WoW?
Not getting gear. That's what I've been doing. I've run dungeons. I've run more dungeons, and I've gotten some Azerite power, but I've got no gear.
Oh, no.
Have you tried doing Arathi Basin? That's where I got a lot of my gear.
I am still level 287. I can't even get to over there yet. I just dinged Sunday. I'm trying to gear up so that I can go do the rest of the expansion, but I can't get anything to drop even in the normal dungeons.
I know how you feel. I had a long string where I was not getting any gear, and then one day I just got a couple good pieces of gear, and it moved. But yeah, it's that gear gating. It's not fun.
No, it's not. I talk about it on my show somewhat, pretty much till I'm blue in the face, but maybe I'll get some RNG help soon.
Absolutely.
Hopefully.
The good thing is you're on a show with somebody who has Invincible in Ashes of Alar.
Nice.
That's Lady Emma, right?
Yes, that is true. I also have the mount from Solomance, the Death Charger one.
Really?
I got him on the first time of trying to farm him.
Cool.
The first time. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Emma, can you make it rain RNG?
I'm sorry, I lost all my RNG.
Oh.
All right, so basically, the only way I got RNG when I was on my last server, and I played with my best friend who was on her druid. Now that she switched and all that, she is a mage, and now I give her all the RNG.
That's always how it works. It's that one variable. There's something in the code that knew the right moment, but then when you switched it all up, it went kaput. It's the same way how Disney did their year of a million wishes. there is this computer system that was like, what are the variables that are going to give people random things? That had to be specific variables that the computer all made up. It was actually really cool, the tech, because they wanted it to be fair. They weren't getting things because of favoritism. The system was like, that person over there, they get a night in Cinderella's castle. That person over there, they get a hot dog.
I'd be lucky to get a hot dog.
Frazley apparently can buy hot dogs off of Amazon.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Absolutely. So what have you been up to, Lady Emma?
Almost finished the raid on normal. I missed last night raid run. I have an adorable kin that is around my place. So yeah, I'm almost finished normal. I think it's the last 2 bosses that haven't done. My raid team has killed all of them on heroic now.
Nice.
They kind of split the raid team for 2 nights. One night is basically the casuals who don't have enough time to focus on gear and everything. So they still have a chance to do the raid. And then Mondays is the night that the hardcore-ish, the ones that really gonna push, that's what they do.
Nice. And which team is this?
This is Hump Day Hero.
A CTR team represent.
Yes.
Nice.
That song's stuck in my head now. Hump Day Heroes.
They're a really great raid team. I have to say, this expansion was a very slow start for me because there was just so much going on. I think last time I was on the show, I wasn't even max level. Real life kind of got in the way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm max level. My gear score isn't too bad. It's 348.
Way better than mine.
I just got lucked out on some drops.
But there's a little bit of RNG. You still have a little bit of RNG in you.
I still do. I did just pick up a toy, wherever it is in my bag. Kova's costume, but spelled with a K.
I got that today too. Nice.
I was picking up truffles, and I've had some bad luck with truffles. I'm looking for a valley truffle. I got a violet, and I got a whole bunch of magic, and I keep on seeing the fast one, but I can't find the stupid valley truffle because I was working on achievements.
Along with this RNG, you have a cruise coming up.
I do. Okay, so everyone who has been listening has heard me kind of complain about the cruise. So I finally got my drink package, so now I can be drunk the whole cruise, and it's great because I'm going on the cruise with my boyfriend's family. They're great people, don't get me wrong. They're amazing, super wonderful, overly friendly, and loud, but they're great.
You need to be drunk?
Yeah, I'm going to be drunk. So then I will be overly happy and friendly and loud.
Nice.
So it'll be all great.
Good times. Good time.
I was complaining also how, I kind of wanted to switch because of the Pokemon Go, but I can't be going on this cruise and that's taking up all my money. And so I'm complaining about it. Well, then Nintendo decided to release this Pokemon Special Edition Switch.
I saw that. That looks nice.
Yeah, half of it's Pikachu, half of it's Eevee.
Nice.
And all my Game Boys are all Pokemon Special Edition.
Do you have the Pikachu Game Boy?
Yep, I have Pokemon Yellow, Pikachu Special Edition.
Nice.
I've been looking everywhere because in the States, you could pre-order it from Best Buy online. And if I try to order it, I would have to go to the States and pick it up from that store location. They will not ship it to me. And I keep checking. It's like, okay, where can you pre-order it? Where can you pre-order it? And on Reddit, someone posted, you can pre-order it from EB Games, but you have to go in person. And it's only for this weekend. So I phoned my EB Games and like, is this true? Is this information I'm reading true? And it's like, yes, but you have to get down here right now. They are only doing pre-orders for the weekend, and if you miss out the weekend, they're not pre-ordering it for anyone because they don't know how much Nintendo's are going to actually give them, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I did pre-order it.
Nice.
So that means I now have to come up with the money when I come back from the cruise and try not to spend too much money while I'm on the cruise.
Good thing you have the drink package, so at least you can drink away the financial worries without having to worry about paying for that.
Exactly. And then I don't have to worry about doing short excursions because they're bloody expensive.
Oh, they are. And it's like, sometimes it's nice just to stay on the ship or walk around the island. So what have you been up to, Pauly?
In WoW, I've been up to leveling. But the only problem is I've been dancing from different character to character, trying to find the best one because of changes in the game, which is fine.
So you're dancing on mailboxes.
Yes.
That's how you got all that gold. Okay, I knew it.
It's going to be hard to try to get into a raid team after I'm already in Go because I work midnights, so we'll see how that goes.
Is it just your shifts are all over the place?
I work night hour. I also do other things too, so I can't really just jump into that. And I also have a podcast to deal with as well.
Well, I just know another wonderful raid team that they put up with my stuff. I don't always show up, but they always make sure that there's room for me.
I think by the time I get there, I'll figure something out, but that's kind of the future plans.
So you mentioned how you do podcasting. Halloween's coming around, and last year you did an amazing Halloween thriller.
Yeah.
So are you doing another one this year?
Yes, we are doing a sequel to that one.
Nice!
Yeah, and you are going to be one of the main characters in it.
Me? Nice!
Yes, sir.
Oh, is he going to be killed off?
You'll have to listen to find out.
He's going to be a zombie.
Man, you guys need to check it out. The Halloween slasher story on the Miscellaneous podcast.
That was awesome.
And you'll be surprised the voices you hear. There are a lot of people from the WoW community.
Like Frazley.
Well, no, Frazley's on the Christmas one, actually, but this was before we got into it. But yeah, we're doing the sequel to it, and it's going to be great.
Maybe I am going to become a zombie. I've had an awful cold.
Oh, no.
Like Monday or Tuesday, I just started getting this cold and like the sore throat.
Well, for the other audio story that you're going to be a part of, the PI story, it would be kind of cool to have a raspy voice with it.
I'm Pat Stark. How are you doing? How you doing? Maybe not like that.
Play a bookie.
Yeah, a bookie. Yeah, we can do it. Oh, I did a raspy voice for the Frazley report coming out this week, so hopefully that wasn't what caused my throat to be bad. No, I think it's just the changing weather. But I took Mucinex today, finally. I'm no longer draining, so that's good.
I hate Mucinex the next day.
Oh, I do too. And I have to record tomorrow. I have to record Be Great Today and the solo part of this show. So tomorrow I'll be like, I'm Frazley, and today's the episode is this. That's the life of podcasting, and that's the life of voiceovers. And tomorrow I have a final exam, so hopefully the medicine doesn't go to my head and I get the right answers. This is my final.
You'll do great.
Yes.
Hey, I just got a Mustang.
Nice!
What? Oh, okay. I thought a real Mustang. I'm like, wow.
Because, alliances need more horses.
Yes.
Oh, did you see the 8.1? The Coltiran get another horse? Yeah! Alliance players are asking Blizzard for a variety of horses, and Blizzard said, nay. And then speaking of comedy and kind of cringeworthy stuff, I watched Ferdinand. I liked it, but I'm a sucker for like kids movies and 3D movies. So it was nice. It was all about love and being different and embracing who you are and caring for people. So it was nice. But I enjoyed it. Cupcake in chat mentioned about the Smallfoot movie. Yes, that movie looks amazing. So if you aren't familiar with the Smallfoot movie, it is one where we all know about Bigfoot. Well, there's these Bigfoots that believe in a Smallfoot. They're on like Mount Everest, and they're like, "Hey, do you all know about the legend of Smallfoot?" It's one of those reverse. What would they think of us? Monday, I got to guest on The Converted, so I wasn't the guest. I was actually a guest host. So Tararch was out that day, and I was just in chat being like, "Oh, Tararch is out. Hey, I could guest." And like, sure. So they brought me on. I got to do Tararch's part, and it was just fun. It was fun being on the show, interviewing guildies, and being able to talk with them. And this one is really cool. Check it out when it comes out. This person is a truck driver, and they raid while they're riding. They drive trucks with their dad, and then when their dad's driving, they're raiding on a Sega connection. I mean, like, that's really cool. That just shows that you can be raiding anywhere.
Yes.
But please don't raid and drive.
No. And I finally got the 328, so I did my first Warfront.
Yay!
Really cool. I feel like I was helping give resources to the overall campaign.
Yeah.
Just been working on world quests, and Pathfinder achievements, trying to get Pathfinder done, and then I'm going to work on alts. I told myself, get Frazley and get the Pathfinder Part 1 ready. Then you can do other stuff.
I still think that was way too quick.
Yeah.
I felt like, 2 or 3 weeks of them, having it. My understanding, the full cycle of Warfront is like a month. When you own it, you get quests and you kill the rares for them to drop. And it's once. And that's for basically a week. Then the second week, or the opposite faction has to give them resources to unlock the scenario.
So it's like Alterac Valley on steroids.
Yes, and everyone's not fighting the Horde. They're basically returning resources. So it's if you actually did the quest in Alterac Valley, that's what it is. So it's kind of a nice difference to the game.
That's cool.
I think it's going to feel better once we get more Warfronts. Right now, we only have one. We feel like we're missing something, but I think once we have multiple Warfronts going up, you'll just queue into the ones that you currently have control of, and the Horde will queue into the ones that they have control of, and then you'll help toward the ones that you're waiting for. Like some of the systems right now in WoW, we're not there where it'll feel good right now. Right now, we're like the early adopters, and we're waiting and waiting for things to happen.
I mean, it's new. They'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, tonight we have two people who run podcasts and somebody else who has been on many podcasts. So Shadowspyre of Who Aggro'd That, and you are going to be releasing episode 4 soon.
Yes, episode 4 actually just released before we went live tonight. It's called Unglyphed.
Nice!
Congrats.
I will listen to that before I go to bed tonight.
And then Pauly, you are of the Miscellaneous podcast and the Summoning Stone.
Yes, I am the host and everything of the Miscellaneous podcast and the host of the Summoning Stone.
And then Lady Emma, you've been a guest on quite a few podcasts.
I was a co-host on All Things Azeroth for about a year. I've been on World of Warcraft Well Read, Dark Moon Herald, FrazlCast.
No way.
I know, shocking. Chaos Portal. And I know I've been on others, but I'm drawing a blank. I am sorry for all the other podcasts I've been on.
You need to be on ours.
Okay.
This is the important one, the Miscellaneous podcast.
Oh, I think Emma would fit in so well with the Miscellaneous podcast.
You think she would?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, I think so too.
Is there drinking involved?
There could be.
You can?
And I mean drinking as juice. That might be fermented.
We got drinking. We got other things at the Miscellaneous podcast.
Yay!
Well, Brewfest is going on right now.
Yes.
My background is German. And I saw my grandparents today. My opa's like, yeah, they did a Oktoberfest theme meal for us. But they forgot one thing. And I'm like, what did they forget? They forgot the beer. How can you have an Oktoberfest meal without the beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. So he was very upset.
What has it been like starting a podcast and keeping it going?
It's been difficult. The first episode was really easy to write. It was pretty much a history of me and who I am and where I've come from. The second episode, I didn't get a lot of time to play in game because I was too busy getting the first episode off the ground. So the second episode was, I tried to wing it and it didn't come out so well. So episodes 3 and 4 are fully scripted. It's been a challenge. I'm having fun with it though, and I'm playing the game a lot more often, taking notes as I do things so that I remember what dropped where and who I died to, which pretty much is everybody.
Oh.
Me too.
It's been a challenge. I'm having fun with it.
And Pauly, how has it been podcasting?
I kind of agree with the other guy. In the beginning, for me, it was actually really fun because I had multiple things I wanted to do. And since my podcast is not World of Warcraft totally related, it is, the Miscellaneous. So each week is something different. It was a good thing to get that all going that way. You do stall out after a little while, or you and I talked about this in length. You start kind of reevaluating what you want to do with everything.
Yeah.
But after that, it gets easier.
One avenue I've liked with this show is bringing on people that are content creators and like talking like right now about content creation. It's been fun. I've learned from people. I get inspired by people, but I can absolutely agree with you. It's hard when there is that content route. I can understand why some podcasts go all Blizzard, but I don't play all Blizzards. That's why I've added the geeky stuff here so we can go into geeky topics.
Yeah, because mine's kind of a bad thing to say because it's miscellaneous. So I just do whatever I want.
And there's nothing wrong with that. The one podcast I was on, Chaos Portal, they're all over the place. Sometimes they talk about World of Warcraft. The one I was on was all about Ghostbusters.
Who are you going to call?
Yeah.
Chaos Portal.
Yeah, and it's that's what I like about mine. I just do whatever I want. It does get old after a while. Like certain downtimes, you can't figure stuff out.
Yeah, and you have to keep it dry. There's some days I can't believe that we're on episode 74 of this show. And that's actually the fun thing is you learn over time. I mean, you learn how things go. You learned what to do, what not to do. It's like always constant improvement. In fact, I'm going to be doing that for my Be Great Today episode on constant refinement. You don't know everything when you start out.
No.
Like Shadowspyre, I bet right now that you're learning things every time you do it.
Absolutely. Adding in adding in different segments to the show as well as it goes on. I've just added a new one for episode 4 called, Well, That's Boring.
I like that.
And Frazley also learns as originally he never edited.
Yeah.
And now he realized editing is important.
It takes time, but it's actually fun. I love seeing the crafted material that it is. And it's fun. I get to learn new techniques.
Yeah.
The first 30 episodes of this show aren't anything like what we have now. And that's okay. It's fun having an archived history
of where you've come from.
Oh, yeah, the evolution. If you look at my first year, you have the evolution of the show, evolution of the microphones I've been using, everything. Yeah.
Yeah. What I love about podcasting is it's a chance every week to experiment, to try new things, and to get better at stuff.
What's your time frame for editing? Like for me, for 1 hour recording I shaved it down now to 10 hours of editing.
Probably around there. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but I don't raid. And for me, the process is enjoyment. I mean, there are some weeks I'm like, okay, how FrazlCast the beast?
Yeah.
I got to get in and edit it. Editing the Frazley port is a lot easier because I just do like 5 minutes of audio, but I splice it up. But it's fun. And hearing from people who listen to it and hearing their reactions to it, that's what makes it worthwhile.
Yes.
But it's that fun thing of just taking something, and each week it's a blank canvas. It can be stressful some weeks because there are some weeks I'm like, what do I write?
Yep.
And that's my process. Monday and Tuesday, I sit down and I write what I want to talk about. Monday's pretty much what I've done in the game for the weekend. And then Tuesday, when the news comes out, I'll put in the page or two about the news. And then usually Wednesday, Thursday, I practice so that I don't sound like I'm reading the script.
Mm-hmm.
And then Thursday afternoon is my recording time.
That's one thing I've been trying to change too, is when I'm reading my scripts for some of the other shows, I try to think it in my head. Even on like some of these shows, when I'm reading the news in the second half of the show, you don't even want to hear all of the raw audio. I fumble over so many words. It's like, and like you're saying in mid-sentence and your mind just stops and you're like,
With my show being about 15, 20 minutes long, I do a recording, a complete take, just as if we're talking now. I used to, all right, I didn't like that sentence, so I'd stop and go back, and I'd kind of edit as I was recording, and that just doesn't work. It takes 3 times as long, so I've taken to reading the entire script. If I mess up a paragraph, I'll just go back and I'll reread it without stopping the recording,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll just edit out the section that I didn't like. So for me, editing a 20-minute podcast took me maybe an hour of my time, and that's putting the sounders in and then editing that in and changing the levels. I'm still new at this. I don't have all of the technology. I'm just using Audacity, and everything just goes into that 1 or 2 panes, render it, and put it up.
Hey, Audacity is a great recording program.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's all I use.
The only reason I don't use Audacity is I wanted some of the fancy features, so I went to Audition and then I went to Logic. But yeah, Audacity is used by so many podcasters. On some of the podcasts about podcasting, they use Audacity. It's not the tools, it's how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, like I just have a microphone, just do the Audacity. I never edited before until I started doing the show.
Yeah, I did a little bit of video and I used to do like a lot of YouTube stuff, so I a little bit more used to editing. It's interesting when you have to edit every week.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun though, and I've tried to find that balance of how much am I over editing something. So I'll leave in some things here and there. But if someone does like an easy that I can quickly get out, I'll pull that out because it's like they just said there with a space.
Yeah.
That's gone.
I've been taken to leaving mine in, or at least a couple of them in, so it doesn't sound like I'm, like you said, over editing or just reading from the script. It sounds more natural when I put in that and a couple of times.
Absolutely. And that's been the one thing that I've learned in my head is to stop myself when I'm about to say one thing I love in editing, silence is golden. I can cut silence out.
I couldn't do video in them. I've tried it a couple times. It feels like there's more editing when you try to do video with audio.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you're dealing with 2 dimensions. Well, there's probably more than that. I'm not good at math. But you're dealing with the video layer and the audio layer. But now when I'm watching a video, I know what they do in editing. I know why YouTube does jump cuts. It's easier.
Yeah.
Before I joined the service, I did a couple of semesters at a local college, and I was in there for video editing and screenwriting. And it's what I love to do. I love to edit. The video portion, I'm just staying away from the video right now and just doing the audio podcasting.
Yeah, and even this show, I only do the video for Twitch because that way people, when they're watching Twitch, have something to look at. They can look at my pretty face.
Yeah, you actually look like you're a radio show because it looks like the background of a real radio show. That's really cool.
This was like a $40 thing on TeePublic.
Seriously?
I love how easy it was. This whole setup, I used to be on a bookshelf. And that's the thing, is I just kept adding things here and there.
But at the end of the day, when it comes to editing, in my opinion, it's all about your drive and what do you want to do? Where do you want to accomplish it? Where do you want to go with it?
Absolutely.
If you just want to do a good show, there you go. If you want to try to find more people, like-minded people, all that good stuff, you can find it. Yeah, that's where I met all you guys.
Look for people that that podcast. If you don't know podcasters, Pauly, I bet Shadowspyre, and Emma, they're people that if you need encouragement, just message one of us. Go on meetup.com. There are a ton of podcasting meetups. I go to one every month here in Columbus, and it is encouraging, one, to see how far I've gone, and actually sometimes how far I am above people. I'm not trying to be like superior, but it's like, oh, I'm not as far behind as I thought it was. But then you learn from people who are also farther ahead than you. So it's that fun thing. You learn from people where they're at.
And also accept a corrective criticism.
Yes.
Because that's how you improve.
Absolutely.
Once again, we'll go back to Frazley and editing. In the beginning, he didn't, and he got a lot of people complaining. He's like, you need to edit, especially when our episodes were, and that's the other thing is don't make your episodes 4 hours long.
No, I know from experience, don't do that.
Like if it's a special event or special reasoning for it, okay, you can have those odd few, but people can get bored.
Absolutely. Well, I think I might move us on before people get bored because I don't want people to...
Yeah, we'll get on this way too long.
BlizzCon is coming up, and we're all excited for it. Blizzard added some new stuff. They added some war banners and war cloaks. I'm sorry. They're nice, but we got mounts last year. I'm like, okay, Blizz.
Was last year a mount?
Yeah. Last year was the Orgrimmar Zeppelin and the Stormwind Sky Chaser.
And then every year prior is usually you got like a Murloc of some sort.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, that was a big no this year for everything. And I'm going to end up giving my son my virtual ticket information so he can turn in for the Overwatch skin.
Nice.
Demon Hunter Sombra.
Yes.
And then whatever Diablo gets.
Diablo 4.
Yeah. What if the virtual ticket gets you beta access to Diablo 4?
Well, he can play that. Right now, we're getting beta access to classic servers.
Oh.
Yes, and that's the other thing.
I want to hear more about that because that determines if I'm going to buy a ticket or not.
So virtual ticket holders will be getting a 8 gigabyte classic demo starting November 2nd. It'll be active through November 8th. In it, you will get a pair of classic early level zones, so one Horde and one Alliance. This is pretty cool. Last year was a virtual ticket, and you're like, oh, they get Zoldazar, they get Cotiras, they get all this stuff. And we're sitting here, we'll get to watch the panels. I mean, panels are great. I love the panels. Mm-hmm. But you're like, but I want to play it. I want to play it. I want to see Wrathion, which is... Rathion's disappeared, except Rathion's our server technician. But that's a different story.
Yeah, I'm still disappointed that we haven't seen anything about Wrathion.
Me too.
I was promised Wrathion, and I haven't seen him yet.
So it's literally just 5 days that you can play on it?
Yeah.
It's going to take me 5 days to download it.
I had to clear space on my computer for the 8 gigabytes that's down. SSDs are not great because you get very little SSD and everything takes up more space nowadays. This will be a demo. It's weird that we can't download it early. It would be nice if we could download it ahead of November 2nd. But where I'm confused at is I keep seeing Classic years out, realistically, because they just this past year got it working on the current client software. I'm impressed and surprised that they got Classic with a demo this BlizzCon.
How hard is it to do vanilla? I mean, it's...
Well, the question becomes, which version of vanilla are we getting?
Yeah.
Before Kata, right?
Okay, the reason why vanilla is actually really hard to create, and this is why it's taking so long, is they don't have all the original coding anymore.
Oh.
That's gone. So as soon as the next expansion comes out and all that, it gets improved. And as long as they don't have to go back to fix a problem, It's all new coding and they keep doing it. So they have nothing of the original stuff. What they had to do is sign up with someone who did the free servers, which is bad. Don't play free servers. But they had some of the coding, the original coding of Classic. So they're like, hey, let's work on this together. You'll get paid to help us recreate Classic to the way it used to be.
And think about the fact that we're on DSL. No, I don't even think we're on DSL. Like our locations here is about to get fiber soon. Well, soon as in the next couple of years. But yeah, technology has changed.
Mm-hmm.
You can't run WoW anymore on some of the early computers because the engine's been refined over and over again. I heard like they've been adding anti-cheating mechanisms as we go along. So there's a lot of things that have changed between Classic and now. It's not the same game anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No. Makes me kind of curious to see what the outcome is going to be for long term or whatever. Is it just going to be a novelty?
Yeah.
When I was in vanilla, it took forever to level.
I like being lazy and being able to do some of the conveniences now. I mean, like it's nice having like 3 Hearthstones. Okay, I go here. That's having a flight whistle.
Yeah. I mean, I will like to see the old school classes.
Yeah. Well, and there are some zones and quests and stuff that we can't get anymore. So that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe the transmog that you get, maybe they'll keep up the transmog system.
Now,
so things that you can no longer get because it was only in Classic, you can get again.
Where I could possibly see it, and anybody who is a Classic devotee, this is a speculation. What if you earn it in Classic and it goes into your retail? I don't at all see transmog going back into Classic. That would just ruin it.
It goes to your main. Like if you pick it up in Classic, your non-Classic account gets it.
Yeah.
Yes, I could see that. That would involve some extra coding, but that'd be pretty cool. That would also go with my theory that everybody who's been wanting Classic, that this is going to be okay, you want Classic, you want Blizz-like. You don't want these other servers that are almost Blizz-like or give you leveling runways. I mean, I saw one video where you just go along this Emerald Dream walkway and you're leveling and leveling and leveling. You're not leveling like you are in vanilla. You're getting fast leveling. I even saw one that added a Lamborghini into the game.
Cool.
Well, we did get Mustangs,
More horses.
Some things I'm excited to see would be like hunters using their own ammunition and making it.
Did you play vanilla?
I did.
I want to make sure that you know what you're asking.
Yeah, I started at the end of Burning Crusade, so I do remember vaguely all of the ammo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember going on an alt, and I'm like, oh, there's nothing but ammo in this bag. I wonder why.
I went on my Dwarf Priest that rated in vanilla, and I didn't play it until a year ago. It didn't even have its epic mount or its epic riding speed because gold was so hard to get back then.
Oh
yeah.
My hunter still has a quiver sitting in her bank.
This is one thing I was glad to be a warlock, that I technically got a free mount, but not really. The chain quest that you had to do was very expensive, and you needed to know people who did professions, or you had to look for deals on the auction house.
And we had to go with warlocks to do some of the...
Yep.
And I liked that, because it made it more, you had to go out there and do it.
And it was an epic quest. It was fun going on a quest that, hey, we're going to do this. I did like the pre-Wowhead days. I mean, I wouldn't want that now because I like being able to Wowhead, but I'm blocked by stuff. But it was nice having have you tried this stuff? Oh, yeah. It might have been Michael from the Blue Recluse on this show was talking about how they found this pet in the Barrens. And they were told that there's this pet here at certain times of the day. So they scouted out and they kept waiting there. And then finally they got the pet after so much, but there was no confirmation that it was there. It was just a lot of hearsay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's happened a lot with hunters.
Tau Care in Twitch says that a lot of things have taken out of the game because of how much work it was to get it. There are items that Blizzard removes intentionally because of the work that you got for it. They want to make it special.
Like the legendary cloak.
Yeah.
And the legendary ring.
And like PvP titles and stuff like that. Tau Care brought up the carrot on a stick, and I still have the carrot on a stick.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Who doesn't have a carrot on the stick somewhere? I think mine's in
and the
voice
urgent
storage.
dawn trinket thing to get you more rep. Yeah.
I have the hammer that you needed to use in ZF.
Yeah.
You needed to go to 2 places to put it together, and yeah.
I used to have the Hearthstone for Innkeeper's Daughter that they've now turned into a archaeology.
I I still have bijous that you'd use in ZF for the raid.
I have my very first epic ring that I got from a guild member when Molten Core was like the best, and it was BOE. And apparently that was our wedding band.
Oh,
that I stood him up on our wedding.
Dude.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I was working. I was at work, okay? And next thing you know, I get this ring in the mail, and I'm just like, what?
I got married in Anarchy Online. I did a lot of RPing in Anarchy Online.
I had nothing like that. Nobody loves me.
Aw. I think I might still have my wedding dress somewhere. I can dust it off, and we can do a ceremony if you want.
If they're still around in the game.
So much has changed. We talked about from then till now, including friendships and people over time.
Yeah.
Like, we had a guild that fell apart, and we got suspended for 3 days and all that stuff.
Ooh,
from drama.
Do tell.
So we started on Illidan server, the PB, the one where the funeral raid and all that comes from. A bunch of us branched off, went to another one, but we had a guild, and during the guild, we were just really close friends in real life. We'd go out, hang out, drink, have a good time. And then in game, we would try to stay together, do big groups and everything. The guild grew, the dissension in the ranks grew from the GM. It was this bad management, some other kind of thing. Overnight, when we knew the guild master and everybody were asleep, we snuck into the guild bank and took everything. One of the officers came online, and he stops me on Ironforge. He's like, "What's going on?" I said, "If you have any contact numbers, you better call Jesse and tell him to shut everything down." By the night end, everything was gone. Everyone left the guild. Everyone took everything. And by the next day, we were all suspended for 3 days.
Wow.
So needless to say, in real life, we are no longer friends.
I have a more positive story. My very first server I went to on my own account. Basically, I joined this wonderful guild, met a couple great people who all thought I was an 80-year-old man because I didn't have a mic.
Cheeky.
I know. One of my guild members was nice enough, and they actually bought me a mic. I haven't talked to him in years. Yeah, he got me my first mic so that I could prove to them I'm not an 80-year-old man. And then they said I was like this 80-year-old man who has kidnapped a person and forcing them to speak on my behalf. I still talk to one of these people that I remember spending, like, they're going to raid Thunder Bluff. And I remember raiding with them during the Midsummer Festival, and I was so tired. I will admit I was an arrow key walker. And when I fell asleep, my hand would go down, and I would just start walking in circles. This is how they knew I fell asleep. So this person, I still talk to him to this day. I live in Canada, and he lives all the way in Arizona. He no longer plays World of Warcraft, but we still keep in contact.
That's awesome.
Oh, it is weird because the only person from that guild is this guy named Justice Hand, and he'll come on every once in a while, and I'll see him on BattleNet. They're like, "Hey, what's going on? What's up?" That's about it. But it was weird because we did everything together. We were such a tight-knit group, and then out of nowhere, everybody had problems with each other, and it just collapsed out of nothing.
Aww.
Do you all of you think that because we're getting a demo this year, that Classic will be the big announcement?
Yeah, unless they pull in Raffian somehow.
Or Diablo 4.
Well, yeah.
I'm still pushing for 4.
It'll be either Diablo 4 or something Diablo. That's definitely the big thing.
Because last year there was nothing Diablo-based, and a lot of people were upset about that. So maybe this one will be more Diablo-focused.
And then I'm wondering if Classics are big news, and maybe something about like 8.2, just be like, hey, here's where we're going.
Yeah. When will be the next expansion?
Someone was saying that it'll probably be announced next year.
Yeah, it's every 2 years is an expansion.
Oh, so we got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This one just dropped, so.
When it comes to vanilla or the classic coming back out, I think of the memories of the old times. Where I'm really interested, like I said earlier, to see what it's going to be like when it comes out.
Yeah, and I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to play because I want to try it.
I'm going to go to Sunken Temple with my best friend because she used to know that place like the back of her hand.
Oh, I love that. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're going to pull you in now.
I miss all those.
Oh, can I come too?
Yeah.
That was a cool dungeon. I loved all its labyrinths and stuff like that. And that'll be the fun thing too.
See, I have this vision of how it used to be in my head, and I wonder if it is still a confusing maze as it once was. because I have this maze in my head of trying to figure out which color corridor you should be in to click the right statue in the right order, all this stuff. My best friend knew all this.
You're talking about Sunken Temple or the other one?
Not Sunken Temple.
Oh, okay.
There was a lot of tricky stuff with that.
Yeah.
There was, because there was 2 stories to it. Yeah.
And we had no map.
Someone put a map on Thoughtbot, if you remember.
Oh, yeah. Thoughtbot. Is that even still around?
Thoughtbot's now owned by Wowheads. It was up through 2016, but whenever you search, it would go to a Wowhead search page. It now redirects.
Okay. Wasn't there a hole in Sunken Temple you can drop down to?
Maybe.
And then there was also a world boss that used to fly around the area you had to watch out for.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I just remember, all right, this is how much of a noob I am. Seeing in chat, doing Sunken Temple, or doing what raid, looking for a healer, looking for a tank. I'll whisper, and I'm on my Warlock. Hey, I can tank. Yeah.
Talcarer said the voice actress for Scroll Sage Nola will make an appearance. That would be awesome. There was a video that Wildhead posted interviewing the actress, and it's a 93-year-old. It's just so cool to see the behind the avatar.
Yeah, that stuff's cool. I like it.
While we're looking into the future and trying to figure out where things are going to go, I think it's time to talk to Kilrog's site.
Let's see what the wondrous, mysterious Kilrog site foretells of the upcoming events in Azeroth.
The upcoming events for October in World of Warcraft. Darkmoon Fair starts October 7th through the 13th. Don't forget to get your buffs from the Ferris wheel. The micro holidays is the Great Gnomergon Run, which is awesome because it started off a run for breast cancer. That will be on October 13th. It's a lot of fun, lots of people, and I'm pretty sure you'll see Frazley there.
Absolutely.
The bonus this month is Arena Skirmish bonus on October 2nd to 8th, World Quest bonus October 9th to 15th, Time Walking Dungeon Lich King October 16th to the 22nd, and Battleground bonus October 23rd to 29th. Battle of Azeroth dungeon event will be on October 30th all the way to November 5th. Now, the main holiday is Brewfest is still going on until October 6th, which means you have a few days to still get achievement, toys and pets, transmog items, and mounts. So much to do, so much to drink. Let's have a fun time. Starting October 18th will be Hallows Ends, and it will end on November 1st. So you have half a month to try and get your Headless Horseman mount and other items, but we all know we're going for the Headless Horseman mount. So you also have a little over 17 days to level up as many alts as you can to try and get that epic loot drop. The last wing of Aldar LFR, Heart of Corruption, will also be opening up on October 9th. And that's all Kilrog's site has for today.
I'm absolutely excited about the Gnome Run, and what's cool is ever since they started adding it to the
mini micro event.
Yeah, like last year, the donations were raised up. It was just cool to see the attention that Blizzard brought to it raised its level of attention. I have a lot of people in my family who have struggled with cancer. My grandmother is a breast cancer survivor.
I remember the first time it was announced to be a micro holiday, a lot of people were mad because they felt like it was being taken away from the main creator.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
So there was a lot of people very angry about it. But I think after it showed a lot of people or made more people aware of it that aren't on Twitter or listen to podcasts, because there's so many millions of people in the game that have no clue what it is about.
Yeah, and the impact that it made with being in game, people were like, what's a Gnome Run? Oh, and they found the donation page. And yeah, I mean, it was cool to see all the donations coming in. I'm actually hoping that they add the Troll Run next, because that's one I did not know about until I started looking at the Gnome Run. I saw the Troll Run, and the Trevor Project's a very important organization. So it's one of those, I'm now championing that the Troll Run needs to be added.
Yeah, I participated in one Gnome Run. That was it. And that was way, way back in the day.
I might be out of town, so I don't know if I can do a event.
I will be still on the cruise, so I will miss it this year. I'm sorry.
Aww. So on a side note, I just hit 120 on my Hunter. Oh,
nice.
Nice.
Thank you. Now I feel like I'm one of you guys.
You've joined us.
One of us.
I feel like a real boy.
One of us. One of us.
So we've been having a lot of fun tonight. And one of the things that we always love to do when Lady Emma's on the show is trivia.
Cool. So that is real? Like we can participate?
Yeah.
All right.
So we will be doing one card per guest. And Lady Emma will ask each of us a card. And then I will ask Lady Emma a card. And Twitch and Discord chat can steal the answer. If there's a tiebreaker, then it is another card until someone wins. And Twitch and Discord can't steal these unless they are the one that is going to win. And Twitch and Discord is a single person.
Pauly, first question is, this is a really hard one. King Varen Rin reigns from which Alliance city?
The voice from Chicago just stole it. Stormwind.
What race of astral travelers offer their transmogrification service to player characters?
Ethereal.
That is correct. Muckheart orcs have what color skin?
Gray?
The voice from Chicago just said brown.
I'm really bad at reading names, by the way. Kurthriel and Magtar factions offer what type of mount?
Rosewind said Talbot. That is correct.
Rosewind convert to raid.
Oh yeah, Rosewind convert to raid.
And I just realized something, Frazley. This is the card you gave me last week.
Nice.
Lady Vash has how many arms?
Lady Vash, it's 6, right? Yay!
Good job.
2 points to me. Woo-hoo.
Arg and his pet crocodilus, Lockmaw, can be found in what cataclysm dungeon?
Raging Fire Chasm.
No.
The voice from Chicago says the Lost City.
Tavir. Yes, that is correct.
Oh, the VOC is killing this, man. That's awesome.
I know. The score right now is Pauly with 2. Guests from Twitch and Discord has 4.
And the voice from Chicago does amazing drawings too.
What?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Who should go next?
I'll go next.
First question. The entrance to the Throne of the Four Wind can be found floating offshore in the skies of which zone?
Kunlai Summit.
Incorrect.
The voice from Chicago says Oldham.
Yep. How many mounts are required to earn the achievement "We're going to need more saddles"?
100.
Nope.
Editing Gnome here in Twitch and Discord said 150, and they got the correct answer.
150 is not ridiculous. I'm almost at 300.
Wow, that's a lot.
I'm at 187.
I'm almost at 200.
Wow, you've got mounts.
All right. The next question for you. What is the name of the Naru faction that works to defeat the Burning Crusade in Outlands?
The old ones.
No.
No, I don't know.
Cupcake says something impossible to spell.
I like that answer. That's the winner.
No. All right, I am going to give it. It is the Shartar or Shatar. Like Cupcake said, who can spell that? It's like Shaw. We saw a lot of Shaw and Tar.
Yeah.
Easy. What proto-drake mount can be found on a rare monster of the same name in Stormpeak?
I don't know.
Rosewind of Twitch is Time Lost Proto-Drake. Nice.
Next question. Bran Bronzebeard accompany players in which northern dungeon to learn the secrets of the Titans?
God, I feel like the Mets in last place. I don't remember.
At least he didn't say the Browns because they won. Talkir says Halls of Lightning.
Close.
And Thomas says Dead Mines.
Not Dead Mines.
I was going to think Dead Mines too. Talkir says Halls of Stone.
That is correct.
Ding, 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 ding. Congratulations. You're a winner.
And I'm not.
All right. Last question. What bird-like humanoid race can be found in Outlands?
The voice from Chicago says Erica.
The VOC.
So we are at Pauly with 2, the voice with 2, and the group Discord Twitch with 7.
Nice. Twitch. Wow.
Chi-Town, man. Gotta love it.
All right, now it's Frazley turn.
Okay, yay!
The Cathedral of Light is located in which city?
Stormwind.
That is correct.
Come on. Too easy.
What are the 3 warrior class stances?
Protection, Arms, and Fury.
Wrong.
The voice from Chicago says Protection stance, Fury stance, and Berserk stance.
1 out of 3 is correct. Yes, they are old.
Tom says Berserker, Tom says Defensive, and Talkir says Battle stance.
Which is correct. Who killed Uther the Lightbringer?
Bolvar. The voice from Chicago says Arthas.
Discord will got it. It's Arthas. How many sigils of wisdom are needed to complete the strength of one's foe legendary questline?
60.
No.
Tom says Arthas. Cupcake says 35.
Wrong.
The voice from Chicago says 20.
20 is wrong.
Well, we're Alliance.
But it is
Tom
getting
says
close.
90. Cupcake says 15.
Wrong, but getting closer.
The voice from Chicago says 10.
And Cupcake say 10, and that is correct.
Nice! Tag teaming.
What is the name of the undead faction controlled by the Lich King?
The Scourge.
That is correct.
Yeah! I got something! Almost said Scarlet Crusade, but they're trying to get rid of the Scourge.
Yes. Loken is the final boss in which northern dungeon? It was said tonight.
Hold of Origination.
No. And the voice from Chicago says the Halls of Lightning, which is correct.
Nice.
So we have it as Frazley with 2,
Yay!
Pauly with 2, Shadowspyre with 2, and Twitch with, well, just wiping the board.
Okay, Lady Emma. Which is not a Pandaria zone? Townlong Steps, Salazar Basin.
That one.
Yep, you are correct.
Hey, I gotta beat the voice.
I'm just thinking now, William Hung. She bang. But that was American Idol. Which profession can create staves?
I know what staves are. Leather workers?
That is incorrect.
Uh,
The voice from Chicago says first aid. That is incorrect. Cupcake says metal. That is incorrect.
Engineer?
That is incorrect. Tom says none of them. That is incorrect. Talkir says inscription, and that is correct. What is the Orcish first name of the son of Varrock Saurfang?
Apparently Cupcake says he's adopted. Guritan?
That is incorrect. Tom says Drenache, and that is correct.
All right.
I almost thought you said Danish. I'm thinking of illegal Danish.
He's now known as Orc Danish.
Danish Saurfang. Oh, we got the show title. Items with names featuring green lettering are of what rarity?
Common.
That is incorrect. The voice from Chicago says uncommon, and that is correct. What are the final words from the Headless Horseman quote?
It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now.
I have no clue.
You should know this
I
one.
don't listen to him.
The voice from Chicago says to no one, and that is incorrect.
Okay, read the quote again.
It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now.
And perish? To die?
That is incorrect. And Tom says your time has come, and that is incorrect.
Okay, read it again.
It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now.
And burn?
That is incorrect.
And fall?
And Shadowspyre in Discord says it is done, and that is incorrect. Cupcake says and all be gone. And Rosewind says the righteous one. That is correct.
Okay.
Tom says the Irish one. What is the name of the reindeer players must save from the abominable?
Medicine.
That is correct.
Yay! That makes me happy. Because now the scoreboard is Frazley with 2.
Yay!
Yay! Pauly with 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Shadowspyre with 2. Yay! And Lady Emma with 2. Yay! and Discord Twitch combination with 15.
Yeah! And what's amazing is there are some nights we have a dead Twitch. Not tonight.
No. Good job, everyone.
So, Twitch, you win this Ziploc bag that I have. It has nothing, and there's a hole in it. Oh, okay. I guess you don't win that. Sorry.
You win seeing me drink this Sailor Jerry. That is totally, apple juice.
Yes. So thank you all for joining us tonight on FrazlCast. So where can we find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at Mezzinator1522 on Twitter and the show at Aggro'd on Twitter.
And Pauly.
You can find me at the Miscellaneous Podcast. You can find it on pretty much any podcast platform. And you can find me at Twitch. We're at Misc17, and we have Facebook. So Facebook/Miscellaneous. All that good stuff. Just look up Miscellaneous. You'll find us.
And Lady Emma, where can we find you?
You can find me at Twitter at Lady_Emma. And you can probably find me in Frazley's Discord or, around World of Warcraft. And if you're in CTR and you see just randomly start yelling out Lady Emma, I probably will see it and respond.
See, that's cool. I should have said stuff like that.
The bartender brought over Danishes, so let's all dig in.
Yay! Actually, I think I do have a Danish in the kitchen.
Yum.
And don't forget to eat my law cookies.
Check out the Miscellaneous Podcast Halloween Slasher Story, and then check out the sequel that's going to be coming out pretty soon that will have Mr. Frazley in it.
Yay!
Well, I'm back at my home of Ironforge until we one day reclaim Gnomergon. Yay! Which means it's time for a quick rundown of news. 8.1 has hit the PTR. Icy Veins points out that the Hiveman mount is back with a new model and animation. Is this merely another secret to distract us? Jeremy Fiesel, what are you up to? A ton of data mine things were added. Sickle Thermoplug on Twitter pointed out that there is a data mine gnomish weapon. This looks really cool. Is this Mechagnomes? We'll find out. The hotfixes as of September 26th, the ones that stood out to me is that they fixed a bug that caused Warforged time-walking items to not have the intended item level, fixed a bug that prevented AP from dropping in time-walking dungeons for players with the Heart of Azeroth. They increased the player gear power and greatly lowered damage and health of many creatures and spells in time. And items from the time-walking vendor now scale to level 320 if you're at 120. Archmage Tamir will no longer be giving Legion time-walking quests. Now you have to go to Chronicler Shupa. Shupa, doo-wapa doo, shoo, yo. Chronicler Shupa in Dazaralor or Chronicler Tupa in Borealis. Captain Crackers can now sit on your shoulder. So Wowhead points out that you can now slash whistle and Crackers will be on your shoulder. Petey, the bird you can buy on Pirate Day, can now sit on your other shoulder as well at the same time. And Rosenstern posted on the All Things Azeroth Discord that you can have Crackers and another pet out. So with Petey and Crackers and a pet, what about Pepe? I guess I'll need to flock to Booty Bay to try next Pirate Day. Last episode I talked about Rextroy, the one who had soloed 2 bosses in Odir. Well, Icy Veins points out that they got banned, and then the ban was overturned. Icy Veins has an interview with them called Exploit versus Clever Use. And Wildhead points out that there are 2 upcoming Blizzard books. There's a Blizzard cosplay book with cosplay tips, and a Hearthstone pop-up book. Both will be coming out later this year. And then Icy Veins points out that there is a guild that achieved a Realm First Kil'jaeden kill on Mythic on Realmrest Accord, and they disbanded afterwards. The guild was Realm First BTW. And then in non-WoW news, Telltale has laid off a lot of people this week, and sadly it sounds like the final season of the Walking Dead game may be in jeopardy. I played all of the Sam Max games. I played the Wallace and Gromit. I played the Monkey Island. I never beat Wolf Among Us. I beat the Back to the Future game. To me, Telltale was a company that might have grown a little too far out of their comfort zone and kind of expanded too fast, but they did a lot of fun stuff. I'm sad to see all this news. Toasty of All Things Azeroth showed me that there is the final trailer for the Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Oh, this looks so good. It's launching on November 16th. And then Discord has given a look into what are the first on Discord games. And then PlayStation is finally going to get crossplay with Xbox, Switch, and PC, and Mac. there's an open beta for Fortnite crossplay. So could this be a change? Could this be finally getting a lot more crossplay between things? Could we technically play Rocket League soon? I didn't think I was ever going to see crossplay from this, but you know what I have seen? I've seen the range down in Africa. Weezer has a music video for Africa, and it has Weird Al in it, and they sound better than I do. So if you want to go check that out right now, pause this. I'll come back because hurry, I'll be waiting here for you. Okay, so now, once you've gotten over face palming and stuff like that, I think you might be in the mood for some food. So Michael Height and Michael Levine of Food and Fury have just the treat for you. Prepare for your well-fed buff with Food and Fury Snacksroth Edition.
It's time to gather your sword and board. Let's enter the kitchen with Food and Fury. 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Snacksroth Edition, where we deliver you a war-forged snack each week with enough buffs to help you with your battle for Azeroth. Whether you've made roasted boar meat or you've conjured a mage table, we welcome you to Food and Fury. This is Snacksroth Edition, Episode 6. I'm Michael Height. Joining me today, the legend, the druid, the PvP machine, Mike Levine. Hello.
Hey, Food fam. Good to have you back. Glad to be back. Let's get rolling, Mike.
So, Mike, do you remember the Hosen?
Are you talking about those foul-mouthed monkeys from Pandaland?
Well, today, we're not talking about the Hosen, because today is Brewfest. So we're talking about some Ookin, Dookin, Lederhosen. So grab those clogs and transmog that garb, because today is Brewfest, baby. Today we're going to stop up those mistakes that we all did while walking around Azeroth looking for an invisible animal pet.
Oh yeah, like Goldshire and Moonguard.
No, Mike, not Goldshire and Moonguard. I'm talking about the Wolpertinger.
Does your Wolpertinger linger?
No, Mike, but my hunger does. This week we're bringing you the salty and the cheesy, because it's a balancing act, Mike. We all need some of that during Brewfest, of course. This week we're bringing you a beer, cheese, fondue recipe.
Fondue?
Yeah, fondue. Don't judge fondue. This game has space goats. But even Hordside loves Murad and Urel. Instead of your typical cheese and pretzels, we're bringing you something completely different, and you might not feel as bad when you eat a whole bowl. This isn't just any fondue. It's delicious, satisfying, stretchy, gooey, cheesy fondue.
And the best part is you don't even need to go out to the store and get a fondue set. You have everything you need to get this melting pot brewing. If looking for an invisible Wolpertinger from a questionable dwarf doesn't go your way, and let's be honest, it rarely goes your way, then at least you'll have some cheesy happiness to show for it. Because when a Brewfest is over and you stop dancing on that mailbox, it's time to slash regret. But don't feel too bad.
No?
No, because you'll have an amazing treat from Snacksaroff to sop up those bad choices. So what's better than some melty cheese to help you get through the next day? Because, Mike, it's not about the dancing.
No?
It's about the glory. Glory makes you hungry, right?
You betcha.
That's why each week we will be boosting your cooking skill with one recipe for success and a box of tissues for those tears. Das Boot has been summoned. The Oompa Band is here because it's time to grab your clogs, your tankard, and your bad choices.
When it all comes together in that perfect bite, you aren't dipping your clog on the dance floor. You're dipping to that sweet, sweet cheese dip. Let the male trolls dance in the box. You dance that bread into this amazing dip because this fondue bowl is ready to roll.
Let's get rolling, Mike. What do we need?
All right, for the fondue, you're going to need to shred up 3 types of cheese. You have sharp cheddar, Colby Jack, and Swiss. You're also going to need some cornstarch, some beer, and a round loaf of bread. When it comes to dipping, you have some choices. You can get some tortilla chips, baby carrots, broccoli, some apples, even some soft pretzels, or you know what? Throw a roast potato in the old microwave. And of course, for a full detailed list of ingredients, hop on over to our show notes or check out our website at foodandfury.com.
All right, Mike, so I have my mats. What am I going to do?
First, you're going to get that bread bowl ready. Core out the round loaf of bread and chop up the pieces of bread from the parts that you took out. Put those pieces with whatever you plan on dipping. Now, you're going to craft a double boiler. Don't worry, you do not need to be a blacksmith for this step. First, you're going to get a pot and fill it with 2 inches of water. Get out a glass bowl and place it on top of the pot. It should fit snugly on top of the pot without gaps or spaces between the bowl and the rim. Make sure the bowl does not touch the bottom. Next, toss the cheese with some cornstarch in a medium bowl. Set that to the side. Now, start heating the pot to get the water simmering. Pour in the beer and bring that to a boil over medium heat. Next, you're going to add the cheese mixture. Stir constantly for about 2 minutes or until the cheese is fully melted. Take a little bit of that hot sauce and stir it in. Carefully with oven mitts, take the bowl off the pot and pour it into the bread bowl. You're going to grab your toothpicks or a fork and start dipping into that fondue.
And if you want to go heroic, cut some squares of cheddar or use some cheese sticks because you're about to dip some cheese in that cheese.
Cheese on cheese? Has the whole world gone crazy?
That's right, Mike. This is Cheeseception.
If you want to go mythic, because some of you want to go mythic, here's what you do. Follow package directions for tater tots, french fries, or hash browns. Use that to dip in place of plain potatoes. Because what are we, hobbits? We've come a long way since Mordor. All right, my friends of the Grummels, so I think that's going to do it for our Food Buff for All. With a little prep time before you log on, you can enjoy this cheesy, ooey, gooey, oh so delicious snack that will make you want to slash dance. Because fondue or fond not, there is no try. If you get a chance, check out our food and cooking podcast, Food and Fury. This week on Food and Fury, we're bringing in the fall with some amazing chili. You can find this show, social media, and this recipe and many more at foodandfury.com. If you get a chance, check out our show on iTunes, even if your blood runneth blue. And a slash thanks this week goes to Tosh from the Half-Hour Report and all of our partners in crime for International Podcast Day. We absolutely love being part of this community, and having allies on both sides of the warfront is what it's all about. And of course, the one and only gnome that has Horde street cred, Frazley. For the Horde.
For the Alliance.
And for the food. And for me and for Mike, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Michael and Mike. Thank you for always bringing a great treat. You always make me hungry. And now that we've eaten, what time is it?
Let's look at what has been happening in the community.
Awesome. Let's do that. So as we announced last week, FrazlCast is joining a ton of other podcasts for World of Podcasts. We will be on the Pod Before the Con Warcraft edition, and there's also one for Blizzard. So I will be joining people like Berserker of Unshackled Fury, Ali of Dungeon Fables, Tosh Mifune of the Half-Year Report, Stone of Wild Challenges, Madros of All Things Azeroth will be the moderator, and I've promised to not say anything about Rathian on the panel, as well as Nick of Wild Talk. This will be a great time. Well, this week, we got a surprise. So the World of Podcasts has a shirt. We're on a shirt.
We're on a shirt.
We're on a shirt.
We're on a shirt. Take a good long look at the names on the shirt.
Everybody look at us because we t-shirtin'.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah! Thank you to Tosh Mifune for the lyrics to this song, and also Tosh Mifune and Ali for the vocal backing. It's amazing to see all of the podcasts that are on the World Podcast panels on this shirt. I cannot wait to get mine. It is currently on its way from wherever these t-shirts get printed. And then Jay, the Tavern Bard, who won last year's talent contest in the music category, and who's also part of Pod Before the Con Blizzard Edition, has interviewed Patty Matson on the Bard's Tavern. Always fun to hear these interviews. I'm going to bet you are creative. I want to challenge you to enter the cosplay exhibition at BlizzCon. You have until October 15th to sign up. What's fun is you can walk the stage and show off your awesome creation. So please do it. And then Jules has another great article of 2 Content Creators with Love, Part 2. This is on finding who you are as a content creator. And then this is pretty cool. So last week we talked about how the Deadly Boss Mods author is going through a lot of stuff in their life. Well, Blizzard and MSI have given them a signed collector's edition of BFA, and MSI has given a new machine and a headset and keyboard. So this is awesome. Giving back to a creator who has done so much for them. Just this week, I avoided the stuff in the Brewfest dungeon because of DBM saying, hey, make sure to drink the tankard. Thank you, Deadly Boss Mods, and thank you, Blizzard and MSI, for giving back to the community. And do you want to join the community? Head on over to sparkspan.com to join up. This is where we record FrazlCast every week, and also where you can get puns and so much more. And see the awesome drawings by the voice from Chicago. Well, that's another episode of FrazlCast. Well, I'm going to head back out and queue up for the dungeon again for Brewfest. I'm trying to get that sausage hat. So I am Frazley, and you can find the show at FrazlCast.com. Until next week, be awesome.
Any similarity to BuxleyTron is purely coincidental. BuxleyTron here to answer your Galaxy of Warcraft questions in this 39,483rd edition of Ask BuxleyTron. This question is about the latest expansion. THX1138 writes, Dear BuxleyTron, what can you tell us about the upcoming expansion? As you know, the upcoming expansion, the Lich of the Pandarian Mist Legion in the Burning Cataclysm and Gnomes, is the 256th expansion of Galaxy of Warcraft from the United Republic of Blizzard Entertainment. Details of the expansion are mostly rumors right now, but here is the information I've been able to gather so far. You'll be leveling your way up to level 2,620 while you take on the really much older than the old gods who are trying to take down not just Azeroth 6 but also Azeroth 1 through 5. And while you battle your way up those next 10 levels, you'll finally be able to go back to the Undercity now that the blight that was put there centuries ago has dissipated. You'll go to fight in the Stormwind space station as it does battle with the Orgrimmar space station. You'll be able to get the new transdimensional mount for getting the what a really exhausting and handed down from generation to generation long strange trip this has been achievement. And there's even a rumor that we will be getting the dance studio and 3 more slots in that first backpack. Thank you for your inquiry. If you would like to see the flashing lights of BuxleyTron, stop by the exhibit at the United Republic of Blizzard Entertainment, just off the coast of Applefornia. You can listen to the archives if you can find where they buried all the old episodes. BuxleyTron has cleared its friend!
Welcome to the Frazley News Hour. This is your nightly extended coverage of what was covered on the Frazley Report broadcast earlier in the day. Today's news hour will be about 4 hours as we have a lot to cover. Tonight we will cover what was data mined from the 8.1 PTR. I have poured over all the details. We will analyze every little detail of the data mined items. I brought in transmog experts like Silverbolt, Posty, and Kaz to talk about the designs of each item. We also have an investigative look into the banning and unbanning of Rextroy. We looked into their pasts and talked with people who knew them, as well as experts on what leads someone to exploit mechanics. I sat down with a few GMs to talk about why Rextroy is banned and unbanned. And lastly, I talked with some people who got banned from World of Warcraft and their experience since then. Let's begin! First up, the transmog. These have brought in some great new transmog pieces, tabards, gnomish maces, there's even a new...
We interrupt to bring you a special report. I am Grady Mutzenberger, and this is the Eye on Azeroth, which is a much better show than Frazley's anyhow. So moments ago, a group of players called the Children of G'huun just blocked the entrance to Uldir. They forgot that players can pass through them, but that didn't stop them from trying. They all got on their Grand Expeditioning Axe and used everything possible to make themselves big and make it so players had a tough time seeing the entrance. Their only goal was to stop players from entering Uldir and killing their leader G'huun. They said that G'huun has been given a bad rap. They claim G'huun doesn't want to destroy all of Azeroth with rot and decay, but actually wishes to restore it to its former glory and make Azeroth great again. G'huun was just sadly only given the power to destroy. G'huun blames all the destruction on the old gods and wishes to get retribution from the old gods and the Titans. The Children of G'huun only wish to have G'huun given a new chance to redeem themselves. The Children of G'huun gave up once they saw the raiders who had raided Uldir for the past 2 weeks walk right by the axe because the raiders know where the entrance is, almost by autopilot. We will keep you updated on further developments of the story as we receive them. Thank you for tuning in. I am Grady Mutzenberger. Until next time, keep your eye on Azeroth.
Have you ever asked yourself what the world of Azeroth looks like from the perspective of a small village in Pandaria? Did you ever wonder what a weekly news show on a Pandaren college radio station would sound like? If not, well, that's probably a good thing, actually. But the creators of the Half-Hill Report sure did. So each week, your host, Tosh Mifune, that's me, brings you a short and very lighthearted view of the current goings-on in Azeroth as viewed by the only journalism major at Half-Hill Agricultural College. So join us each week on the Half-Hill Report as we share our small-town view of a very large world.
FrazlCast is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment. Views expressed by the host and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard games and are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended.
Want more awesomeness every week? Visit weeklyawesome.com. Weekly podcasts to make your week better. Remember to smile and be awesome.
This show is brought to you by Dragon Powered Studio. Find more at dragonpoweredstudio.com.